It looks like I might have just missed a bit of rain, but it's actually been dry today. Um, what's the car situation? At the moment, no car problems. My son's number plate did fall off his car. He's got a new number plate. He's got a personal number plate that says Rio on it, his name. So the wife, all right. So my wife said she's going to her friend's house, but her car's still here. So maybe she got a lift. That's strange. I thought, oh, I'm confused why my wife's car's there. Oh, she might have gone with Talia. My daughter might have took her. So my camper van, I haven't driven it today because it's raining. The van is happy at the moment. No mechanical problems. The bin's still out. So the bin gets collected every 2 weeks on a Monday morning, very early in the morning. Okay, guys. So okay. It's got that lovely hi Lorna, got a lovely smell in the air. I've got me warm hat on now that I'm building up my hat collection. So in case you've only just joined us and you hi Teresa and you didn't watch the show we just did, we were just displaying our different hats. So I decided about a week ago I want to start using different hats. The original idea was the captain. So Miss Sam's is called is that the kids? That's the kids. So she walked. Right, my wife's walking up. She doesn't know. Shall I see? Do you want to see my wife? Uh, right, no, I'm just going to speak to my wife quick. Right, no, right, we're live. No rude was. I thought, where, I didn't, where did you, where, I thought you were going to Robin's house. Oh, he lives near here. So here's the kid. Say hello to Team Elvis. Ah, right. So you walk there. You have a garden. You go in the garden.
So when I touch it.
Oh, okay.
You've been doing.
No. All right. I'll be back. I'll be back. All right. I didn't realize where they went is um so she's got a friend and who's got a new boyfriend who's a policeman who she's been with for a couple of years now, I think. And he lives really close to here. Right. Didn't know that. I wonder why she didn't use her car. So don't forget it's Saturday. What happens on a Saturday? I buy them all pizza. I got myself a curry, a chicken tikka jalfrezi. Hi Tammy, it's working then. How you going, Tammy? So a chicken tikka. Hi Jamie, a chicken tikka jalfrezi. And I've got to go with that. I won't have rice. I'll have sliced tomatoes, lettuce, and onions. So no rice for me. And then that way it's keto. It's keto. So I got the kids pizza and chicken strips. Ella, do you want me to show you Ella? Hi, Jamie. Ella. Ella. You know, she's doing it again. She's weeing for the world. Ella, you weeing for the world? Ella, ignoring me. Just sat there. Are you not going to give me an... Oh, here she comes. Jumper, 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 jumper. Hello, yeah. You want to say hello to Team Elvis? No, she's not interested. You want to say hello? Give a kiss. Oh, there we go. There we go. So so Ella's very because I'm keto carnivore diet. Woo, yeah, she's lovely. She's just getting old, mate. She's like nearly 13 now, so she's just a bit, yeah, slow, and old. So she's very lucky because I am carnivore diet and keto diet. I give her my leftover meat and bones. So she eats my meat and bones as well. We also give her tinned food. She likes tinned food in gravy. Anything in gravy she likes. Isn't that right, Ella? So she does miss Princess. So in case you're new to this channel, her mum was called Princess, and her mum lived until she was 16, and she only died 6, 7, 8 months ago. Yeah. So it was very sad when we lost Princess. But if you look back on our old videos from over 6 months ago, you'll see me walking Ella and Princess together. But, Princess was very lucky, mind. Yeah, Princess was really lucky, mind, because she didn't have a painful death. She just literally, um, one morning she woke up. It's funny because the night, shall I just tell you? Yeah. So the night before Princess died, she was howling. She was like, oh, and Aurora kept saying to me, why is she howling for? Why is she howling? She was completely normal, running around playing as normal. But she was howling, and she never howls. Maybe I should look this up and try and find out what was going on. So that morning when she woke up, she couldn't stand up. So, which was very odd, yeah. Took her to the vet. The vet basically said, she'd probably had some serious strokes, and that it was time for her to go to heaven. That's what happened. So there was no pain. She wasn't squealing in pain or anything. She was just very relaxed, like just sat there all comfy. But the vet did say that it's time for her to go. The vet did say, don't forget she was 16 years old, which is very old for for a dog, isn't it? 16 years old. She had a very good life. She had a very healthy life. She was never unwell. It was just her time. It was as simple as that. We all gave her a cuddle goodbye, and we took her to the vet. And I think so. It it was a good death. It was a good death. If you can do, if as good as you can do it. 1 second. As good as you can do it. It was, that kind of a thing. Obviously. So obviously, Princess is Ella's mum. So it was a shock for Ella. I reckon she's still recovering now from Princess. She does miss Princess, I can tell. Don't you? You miss your mum, don't you, mate? So I think of Princess all the time. I love her. She was lovely, but it was her time. Yeah. She had a good life. So it is what it is, guys. We all got to go, haven't we? We all got to go, every single one of us. So that's why you must enjoy the good bits. Enjoy breathing. I always say this to people. Every breath is a gift. Every breath. Even on bad days, you have to enjoy it, because one day there'll be no days. So I always, even when I have bad days, and I do have bad days, especially especially sometimes on this channel, I just see the good in everything. I see the good in everything. I always think, if something bad happens, I always think something good's coming. Yeah. Or good will come from the bad. I'm very positive in that way. Let me just sort out Princess. Right, 1 second. Okay. All right, we're back. Yeah, it's not raining here. Hi, Tommy. It's not raining. It's just it's overcast. It's cold. Um, I just saw a comment come up saying, from Mary, saying, "Congratulations from Baz." What does that mean? Mary just sent a comment saying, "Congratulations from Baz." I wonder what she means. We're still looking for that video where Baz says, Baz praises the Louis guy in the UK for defending Elvis. Yeah, so there's a rumor going around, more than a rumor. I've had a couple of people message me saying that Baz Luhrmann has said that the British guy in the UK that defends Elvis, he's giving us a shout out. Yeah, I haven't found it yet. I've been looking for it. Have any of you seen it yet, guys? I'm still looking, but Mary just posted a comment saying, congratulations from Baz. So maybe Mary has found it. I think it's possible. We know that he does give British people a shout out because he gave Elvis Lass a shout out, didn't he? Do any of you guys know Elvis Lass? She's got a brilliant YouTube channel. She's been massively promoting Epic on her channel lately. She's lovely, she is. And so if he can give her a shout out, it is possible she's given us a shout out. The other thing is he gave the yeah, Tommy, why not? Ask Neon Films, why not? But he gave I know that he gave the Pink Cadillacs a shout out. He even met them, didn't he? Victoria and Skylar, which please follow them, subscribe to them. They're on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. The Pink Cadillacs. I fully support the Pink Cadillacs. And the Pink Cadillacs have joined my show at least 3 times, I think. Same like those Elvis girls. Those Elvis girls have joined my show a few times as well. I love them. I'm a big supporter of them. So it's funny because this morning, not this morning, just now we did a long live. Hi, Sarge. And on the live, we were just having a discussion saying, I think it's time now that we need to speak up more often. You know, when you've got these fake Elvis fans, fake Elvis YouTube channels, these trasher family members, I do think now that the time has come when we should speak up for ourselves. I do. Oh, thanks, Tammy. Hi, Jeff. How you going, mate? So we might do 3 miles. So what I thought I would do is just start walking, see how I feel. Okay. We always do it, in case you're new to this channel, we always do 1.5 miles. If I'm in the mood, I'll do 2 walks. Each circle, we walk in 1 circle. It's near where I live. I live in Weston-super-Mare in an area called Westwick, which is a lovely family area. Yeah. So obviously Ella loves walking. Yeah, we love Ella. So guys, did you like the hats? Did you like the hats? We tried on, I think in total, we got 6 or 7 hats. Sarge, Mary has just posted a comment saying, congratulations from Baz Luhrmann. So you can go and check the comments if you want, but Mary just posted it. It came up on my... So if someone posts on YouTube, sometimes I get a notification, not always, sometimes, but it just showed me then that Mary had commented. So Sarge, if you want to have a quick look and see what she was talking about, but I know that the comment said, hi, Josie. I know the comment basically said, congratulations, Louis from Baz. Yeah, Tammy, we just did a show. I will discuss the show. The show was about many things. First of all, just for a bit of fun, we go through all our new hats. So I have decided that I'm going to start building up a collection of hats. If anyone wants to send me a hat, so Hillbilly Cat has just posted that he's doing a D. Stanley show. Hillbilly Cat Matthew, it's just come up on my thing there. He's doing a D. Stanley. We're big supporters of Matthew, of course. He's doing a D. Stanley show. Sergeant reminds me of Lieutenant Columbo. Does he? I love Columbo. I loved it in the 70s, 80s. I absolutely loved Columbo. Still do. Oh yeah. So Tammy's asking about the hats. Yeah. So I just decided to order a lot of different Elvis looking hats and Captain looking hats. So we got an do you know like Elvis on his Harley Davidson? You know Elvis on his Harley, his Marlon Brando style hat? I bought a couple like that. I got a bright red one as well. I got a bright red one as well, captain's hat. And then we've got a couple of white ones, of course. And there was another one as well, wasn't there? I think I've got, actually, if you include the caps, I think I've got 8. I know Nicola's got me one as well. I haven't unpacked it yet. Nicola's bought me a jacket with a captain. I haven't unpacked it yet, but it's definitely got captain on it, written on it. Yeah. And so yeah, we got a nice collection of hats now. I have epic ticket. You want it from Westgate. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting you live by Westgate, don't you, my friend? You do the karaoke at Westgate, don't you? Sundowners, how are you going, my friend? Our friend Sundowner Sean in Memphis, Tennessee. I think the Marlon Brando hat. Let's have a look. Sorry, that skipped by very fast. Hi, Sean. How you going, my friend? What kind of merchants? Tammy, I don't push the shop. I don't push the shop. I'm not here. I'm not trying to make money. So, have a look. Just have a look. No pressure to buy. It's not something. The only reason I set the shop up is because people were asking me so if they can get a t-shirt or a mug, you know, a coffee mug. Other than that, I don't push it. Yeah, it's quite expensive. So you won't see me promoting the shop. Yeah, if people want to get stuff, that's up to them. Yeah. So Sean, how you feeling, Sean? How's it in Memphis, Tennessee? Do you know what? I still need to get around to reviewing Sean's. Sean sent me 2 amazing books. Amazing books. A fantastic Sun Records book. Yeah. You know, the history of Sun Records. And then he sent me the other one was the Alicia Kerwin book. I haven't reviewed them yet. Haven't had the time. Thank you so much, Sean. I hope you're feeling well. Hope you're well, my friend. Sean is an expert. He knew Elvis's family members. He knew some of the Memphis Mafia. His father knew them well. It began beautiful here in Memphis. It's 80 degrees. The last week or two, you've had tornadoes. Oh, in Memphis. Wow. See, our British weather, we do get bad weather. We get stormy weather. We get a lot of rain, of course, a lot of wind. It gets very cold in England, but we rarely have like extreme dangerous weather. We do get it, but it's quite a fluke event. So if we have serious weather that is dangerous, it's probably once every few years. Right, so we're coming up to the building site. My father knew Elvis and my dad played with many of the musicians at Stax. Wow, come on. Isn't that cool? Very impressive. Sean, let us know more. Keep telling us more. We're very interested. We love it when you share your stories. Now, just so you know, guys, Sean sends me a lot of great video clips from Memphis, from all the very well-known sites in Memphis. Yeah. I was wondering if you could purchase that. I just can't help believing song in a frame. How much? I don't know, Jeff, but you know that Karen sent me a frame. Karen sent me a great picture of I just can't help believing all the words in a circular motion. Yeah. Obviously, that's the song that introduced me to that's the song that introduced me to Elvis. You know, when I was 4, that was the record I found hidden away in my dad's back of my dad's cupboard. It was around 72. I found it. Obviously I don't know the date. For those who know music history, my dad went to high school with a guy named Jimmy Hart. Was in the band and quit the band. Yeah. So Jeff, if you're looking for that same thing, Karen is the one that sent it me. Yeah. Karen sent me some lovely gifts. Yeah. Now, when I say Karen, not Karen, Donna's friend, Karen Team Elvis. Yeah. Karen, I know it can be confusing because there's two Karens. Right. We're at the building. So the roof's on. So if you look, see along the bottom here, they've started doing all the brickwork along the bottom. So the Gentrys want to have a top hit called Keep on Dancing. My dad became a session musician of Ardent and met Elvis in 1965. Give you a price. What are you on about? Jeff, what are you talking about? Speak to Karen. So look at it. It's going to be finished. Look, they've done the bottom. They've done the floor, the concreted the floor. They've put the ceiling on with the roof lights. The roof on, should I say. They've started building some internal walls, internal rooms. Yeah, whatever, Jeff. You're just waffling now, aren't you, mate? So let's the Elvis shop where nothing is for sale. La 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 la. You know that money doesn't interest me. Haven't any of you realized that? I'm going down to Lansky's and going to get you some shirts you wear a medium. Yes. Oh, thanks, Sean. That's very kind of you. I do. Yeah. I mean, I'm quite small. Yeah, I'm quite small. So medium seems to be fine. Thank you so much. Yeah. I think when I'm doing lives, it makes me look bigger than I am, but I'm actually quite small. Yeah. I'm not a big guy. I'm a small guy. Yeah. So small to medium. But thank you, Sean. That's very kind of you. Yep, doop, doop. So look, there's the site. Yeah. There's 3 buildings they're building. Yeah. I want to. I want to know what's going to go in them, making all the trolls jealous of the lovely gifts. Yeah, in the shop where nothing is for sale. I actually, Sarge, I think you're right. I think when people send me things, yeah, which I always I'm very grateful for, and I treasure anything sent to me. I think the trolls don't like it. They get jealous. I think one of the things the trolls don't like is that it's very obvious I don't do what I do for money because because running a defending Elvis channel, you don't grow very fast. Yeah. What did everyone think of the epic film? Well, I loved it. I was blown away. I did find it difficult to differentiate with never seen before footage and footage we've all seen before. I found it confusing. I couldn't work out, but I read somewhere that 49 minutes of epic was never seen before footage. Is that correct? So Sean, what do you think of it? The thing, the thing that oh, it has to be Tammy. It has to be the one that introduced me to Elvis. It has to be I just can't help believing it has to be that because it's the song that introduced me to Elvis. But I would say if I can dream is after that. I I love all Elvis songs. I don't except for the fact the one that introduced me to Elvis. Other than that, I love them all. I love them all. Um, la, so what was I going to say? Oh yeah, epic. Yeah. So great question from Sean. The thing that impressed me most about Epic was the way we were thrust in his face. There was some good gospel stuff in there, Tommy, But the thing that was in Baz Luhrmann had a very special way of making us feel like we were really close to Elvis. Right in his face, we could see him sweating, and the pores of his skin, and the blue of his eyes and his hair, and that's what got me, because it happens almost straight away. A very simple idea. Baz Luhrmann zoomed in close, didn't he? He zoomed in close. Whatever he did, obviously he cleaned up the footage using Peter Jackson, etc. But the way he zoomed in, the sound quality was wow, like shockingly clear. But the way he made us feel so close, the biggest thing was how long the film had been restored and cleaned up, and to hear Elvis himself and his perspective. Yeah, of course, yeah. The idea that Elvis would speak all the way through it was fantastic. High conception. We need English. Give us some English words, my friend. Welcome to Team Elvis. Elvis speaking from the beginning to the end was just like, wow. Yeah. That was such a simple idea, but such a great idea. Let me just cross over. For me, the most impressive thing was being that close to Elvis, like crystal clear. I was in an IMAX cinema, so I got the best quality. Yeah. The sound quality, yes, it was perfect. But being with my 5-year-old boy, I was with Tino, yeah. Obviously, that made it for me. But the main thing is being that close to Elvis, such a big screen. I felt like I was looking into Elvis's eyes. I was very impressed with how close and clear the band members were, the backing singers, and the audience. So I just felt like I was with Elvis. I think, I think it was as good as you're ever going to get if you want to feel like you're with Elvis. Yeah. In some ways, and I'll get a backlash when I say this. Yeah, the sweat dropping off his face. That's it. In some ways, it was better than live. I know that I'll get a backlash when I say that, but the reason I say that is because if you're at a live concert, you're set back. You're right back, aren't you? Yeah. Elvis, all the concerts were sold out. So a lot of the people were quite far back. But when you watch, yeah, he definitely has beautiful eyes. Yeah, it will go on Netflix and Prime eventually. Hi, Frederick. The thing that impressed me was, you know, I don't think you'll get an experience as good as that. Even live, because Baz Luhrmann was so clever that he put us right in Elvis's face. That's my point, and that was the bit that impressed me the most. You really felt like you were with Elvis, that you were right there, up close to him, and the sound, obviously, and that sort of matched in with perfect quality footage and beautiful sound quality. And remember, back in those days, there were no screens beside the stage. Yeah, you were up close. You wouldn't see him as close. Yes, exactly. I was told off for saying it's better than being at a live concert because you were right close to him. But I understood what I meant. I understood what I was trying to say. Well, of course, I would love to have seen him live. Of course, I would have. A little story, guys. When I was about 6 or 7, Epic is a great movie. Really loved it. Hi, Joe. How you going, my friends? Welcome to Team Elvis. A little story. This is a true story. When I was 6 or 7, 6, 7, I was in this big market area near my home in the town centre, and I obviously I had my Elvis hair. I had my Elvis hair when I was 6 or 7. And I was obsessed with Elvis, yeah, even at that age. I think at some point there is going to be an Elvis show in the Sphere in Las Vegas, and all those shows will sell out immediately. I hope so. Anyway, I was in this market area, it was called Dolphin Square. I remember it like it was yesterday. Dolphin Square. Everyone knew that I loved Elvis. So this guy comes up to me. He was about He wasn't old. He was about 20. And he noticed that I was an Elvis fan. And he said to me, "Oh, I've just come back from seeing Elvis in Vegas." True story. The bit with him lying on the stage in the red jumpsuit singing was very emotional. Yes. Anita, yes. Beautiful. Yeah. So this guy, yeah, seriously, when I was 6 or 7, stopped me and said, "I've just come back from Vegas watching Elvis." Yeah. So that would, if I was 6 or 7, that would have been about 1976, 75. Yeah. Yeah. Sean doesn't know this, but all the trains got cancelled, Sean. True story. All the trains got cancelled, and I was walking home, and this guy stopped me and said to me, because I thought it was all over, that we weren't going to go, even though it was all booked for Bristol. And this guy said to me, "You do know they're sending another train?" And I went, "Are you sure?" And I went back, and on the display board, it says the 108 train is arriving in a few minutes. So I ended up going to, I did end up going to Epic with my son on the 108 train the day Elvis was born. What is the chances of that? With Tino, yeah. Uh, there was an Elvis tribute intro in U2 Sphere showing in Vegas. It opened. Riley and Priscilla invited. Hi, Matt. How are you going, my friend? I did get your email. Thank you, Matthew. I did discuss it earlier that you're doing a D Presley, D Stanley show later on. Is that right? Did I get that right on your show? But I told them at the beginning of this show, but you might not have been here, Matt. You're welcome. Credit where credit's due. Yeah. So yeah. It's funny calling her D Presley. It's funny, isn't it? But she's D Stanley, isn't she? So obviously we do know that there is going to be a YouTube channel doing do you know what? I'm not going to bring it up. I decided I'm not going to bring it up. Okay, right. So, oh yeah. So I've posted a load of stuff. I don't know how well you guys follow our Defending Elvis Facebook page, but it started yesterday. Okay. So I'm posted loads of Priscilla stuff to do with Child Bride. I want to start analyzing it. So I started just piecing it all together with help. We use a bit of AI, a bit of Chat GPT, and I posted loads of Child Bride stuff. Okay. Then I started posting loads of stuff concerning, did Priscilla actually wave off? Yeah, Frederick, I've been posting a lot of stuff. Have you noticed? Did Priscilla wave Elvis off? Or is it just a myth? Was it just a setup by the press? Yeah, we know she was there. Yeah, I do accept she was there. Yeah. But were they, let me just go through here. Come on. The big question is this, guys. What did the press set it up? And really, was Elvis waving at the crowd that were there to wave him off? Because I've been told by quite a few sources now that Elvis did not wave at Priscilla. You know, where her story that she uses to say that Elvis turned around, looked for her. Because don't forget, it's in her book as well, isn't it? That Elvis turned around, was looking for her. That it never happened. That it never happened. That it was a big setup by the press. And then I don't know if you've ever seen it. She laughs. Have any of you ever seen it where there's the light-haired woman that was stood next to Priscilla, that was in Priscilla's face, and Priscilla makes a joke of it and sort of goes, "Oh, I don't know who that was. I don't know who that was." Well, I've been told that woman that was stood next to her was a press agent telling her to wave. Life magazine invented that story. There we are. Matthew, you tell us all about it. You see? So isn't that, you think about it, if Priscilla can invent a story like that, reinvent facts, and then what else has she lied about? Because that's a big thing, isn't it? The thing about, oh, Elvis turned around, looked for me, then waved at me. It's a big thing to lie about, and the whole world has fallen for it. The whole world has fallen for that fake fairy tale that allegedly Elvis only. It doesn't make sense, though, does it? It doesn't. Hi, Chicky Blue. It doesn't make sense, does it? That Elvis would stand at the top of that aeroplane, turn around to obviously tens, yeah, thousands of people, and just want to wave at Priscilla. It doesn't make sense. The whole thing could have been set up allegedly. Allegedly, we don't know for a fact, do we? But it's a bit like the whole "I lost my virginity to Elvis on the night of the wedding." Come on, guys, that has been debunked, hasn't it? That has been debunked, hasn't it?
No.
I'll tell you what. Well, Chicky Blue, you know how I feel. Okay, we can pick, I reckon, dozens of stories. That this is why I keep saying that Priscilla rewrote history, because there's so many things that we've now proved are not correct. Like, I mean, the whole that Priscilla lost her virginity to Elvis the night of the wedding. Come on, guys. Yeah, and that, well, in Child Bride, it makes it very clear that she had boyfriends before she even met Elvis. Even the story, even that was brought up today. I posted it on my Facebook. This alleged meeting where Cary Grant walks over to Priscilla in the Eagles Club and says, "Oh, do you want to meet Elvis?" The whole thing has been debunked now. That there's a chance that she found out that Cary Grant knew Elvis and she approached him and asked him to introduce her. And also, yeah, Matt's giving you loads of information. Unfortunately, I only get to see the clips for a couple of seconds, but you guys can read the clips, guys. So it's now more likely that Priscilla was a bit more promiscuous than people say. And it's now, yeah, the blonde lady, she is waving comments. The interview Riley was with Priscilla walked on. So try and do the comments a bit shorter so I can read them. Production in Toronto, it will be released in September. Riley's miniseries, The Body. So I'm trying to read them, guys. It's hard. I don't know why they only give me 2 seconds. It's like, it's not long enough, is it? So this, as I was saying, so this, let's have a look. Just, I was president. Who is that? Joe Holland. Hi, Joe. Welcome to Team Elvis. So this situation where Cary Grant approached Priscilla and said, "Hey, do you want to meet Elvis?" Don't forget, Priscilla has changed the story now. She's now saying she was crying into her diary because she was missing home, and that Cary Grant approached her and said, "Why are you crying?" Well, that is a new version of the story she originally told us. The original story doesn't say that she was crying into a diary, does it? So her story is like, "Hey, do you know who Elvis is?" Yeah, the Chicky Blue. So yes, Miss Sams says that Priscilla may have done something with one of the Memphis Mafia before Elvis. That's Mrs. Sam's words, not mine. Ah, we love Riley. Come on. She's looking great. I'll tell you what, how old is Riley now? Is she 37? She looks so stunning. She's beautiful. I'd love to meet Riley, actually. She's definitely, she's successful, isn't she? Come on. She's, I don't think Riley needs Graceland to be successful. So she's 37 in May. Thanks for that, Rick. So obviously, Miss Sams is debunking quite a few things, isn't she? So Miss Sams, she sees through it all. The best, what the best thing that I liked about Miss Sam's show? When she said Louis is just defending. Louis gets a lot of hate just for defending. Yeah. I like the way she said it. She was like, come on, what's Louis doing that's so wrong? Like, he just defends Elvis. Why is he getting so much hate? Yeah. I loved it that Miss Sam's a very smart woman, a brilliant show. You got to subscribe to her. Um, she sees it in its simplicity that me and Team Elvis, we come along and start defending Elvis, exposing the wrongdoing of the trashers. Yeah. And then we get all this hate, all this backlash. Yeah. So it doesn't really add up, does it? This guy comes along who wants to stand up for Elvis and he gets serious hate. Yeah. It's like it I've never understood it. Yeah. But she is definitely brilliant and she is very fair, Chicky Blue. Yeah. But I have started in the last 3-4 months. I've started to understand why we get backlash. And it's very, very simple. Yeah. People are set in their ways. People have been hero worshipping the Stanleys, the Smiths, Priscilla, the Memphis Mafia for like over 30 years. And suddenly we come along, we change the narrative. We put their nose out of joint, don't we? We sort of we discuss things that haven't been discussed for 30 years. So we come along and you know we make them uneasy because we're discussing the things that should have been getting discussed. And that is what I like about what Miss Sams was saying, that we don't deserve the hate we get. Yeah. It doesn't make any sense. So to me now, it makes total sense. To me, it makes total sense that these people for 30 years have been just literally just ass kissing these trashers. Yeah, cut those coattails from Elvis. Time to ride their own. Yeah. So yeah, Sean, me and MMK are not getting along. Well, hi, Sean. well, Danny Smith did a massive outburst, literally attacking and bullying me on his show, his latest show. Yeah, he also is pretty cruel to Donna Presley as well. He was quite horrible to her. He calls her Sally. He calls her my sidekick. Yeah, Mary. Hi, Mary. Mary just said they were never challenged until we came along. Thanks, Mary. Mary, you posted a comment about Baz Luhrmann. What was that? You said something like Baz Luhrmann. What was your comment? I saw it come up. Baz Luhrmann thanks Louis. What was that, Mary? Yeah, it's uncalled for. Yeah, I mean the way that Danny Smith attacks Donna Presley is ridiculous. It's absolutely nuts. She's Elvis's first cousin. Yeah. The way that Danny Smith promotes channels that bully Donna is crazy. It's unthinkable, isn't it? Like, he's a cousin. Yeah. He's a cousin, okay? But he promotes the channels that bully Donna. Absolutely nuts. Makes no sense. It makes no sense. So Danny makes Donna look. Well, Mary, he tries. Mary, what was your Baz Luhrmann comment you posted on YouTube just now? Because I'll never understand it. So, bum bum bum. I mean, he's definitely jealous. That's obvious. And what makes it worse is his wife supports him. Two cousins and don't know anyone, any family member saying that Elvis doesn't need defending makes no sense unless they got something to hide. I didn't know that. I only get the chance to watch some of Billy and Joe's videos, so I don't get the chance to watch MMK's. Not sure why you wouldn't get along. Well, Sean, Billy was asked only a couple of weeks ago. Billy was asked, Billy Smith, do you regret the books? And his answer was, I have nothing to apologize for. I stand by the books. That ain't right. That ain't right. After all these years, and we know what's in the book Elvis, Aaron Presley, and the Memphis Mafia. We know about all the King's men. After all these years, he gets asked the question, he gets the opportunity to say sorry, or show at least show regret, and he says, I got nothing to apologize for. I stand by it. That ain't right. Come on. I know that people will bring up age. You saw it. Yeah. That's not right, is it? You know, you know, and it's not fair to bring up their age when they're saying negative things, because they also brought up the whole sexual fetishes comment as well. And just, this is weeks ago. Yeah. I'll never understand it. Yeah. Even the thing where Billy says, he'd heard that there's people that are not happy with things that have happened. And his answer was, okay, but when I go to heaven, I won't have to introduce myself. This is the other thing that people are doing now. They're basically saying if you hadn't met him, that you don't have the right to stand up for him. It just makes no sense. Does anyone agree with that? That if you haven't met Elvis, you don't have the right to stand to defend him. Because you don't have to introduce yourself in heaven when you go to heaven. I'll never get it. I'd love to. Yeah, Sean, I'd love to see that. Red West apologizing. I have been saying that I 100% believe Red loved Elvis. I really do. And 100% believe that Elvis loved Red. But the truth is, when Red West recorded that phone call, Dave Hebler was with him. So there's no excuse. Sean, I know you like these people and you met these people, didn't you? But there's no excuse to secretly record Elvis with Dave Hebler sat next to him. There is no excuse for that. Yeah, Frederick, I've been hearing about this. So Danny Smith calls himself a second cousin, but now it's coming out that he is a first cousin twice removed. I've had a few people have been saying this to me now. I missed that, Sean. Sorry, I missed that. Do, 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 do. No one likes me using the word, but it was Judas. I don't care what anyone says. I know that Red loved him, but it was Judas. The new Red Petty, well, he was my manager. Yeah, he was your manager, was he? Was he your manager, was he? Yeah, I know. I agree that Red spent the rest of his life regretting that book. I agree. I think Sonny did as well. Now, don't forget, Dave Hebler's still alive. Yeah. He doesn't apologize. He says the book was sensationalized. He blames Steve Dunleavy. He makes the excuse that he was trying to help him. Doesn't he? Mary, you still haven't answered me yet. What was that comment about Baz Luhrmann that you did on YouTube? I saw it pop up while we were live. Hi, Cheryl. How are you? We're doing good, guys. We've done over 2 miles. We've been walking for 50 minutes. Yeah, so when I was live, Mary, a comment came up to do with Baz Luhrmann. And this is only about 15 minutes ago. Around. We're still looking for the Baz Luhrmann interview where he says, oh, there's a guy in England that defends Elvis. There's a guy doing wild and we quite enjoying this. Actually, the air smells lovely. I'll tell you what. Beautiful. Red didn't apologize when Elvis was alive. Uh, so I guess I am biased with Red. I'm not anti-Red. I'm just disappointed. Yeah, I'm not a hater. Yeah, I'm just disappointed. I think Elvis deserved better, and there was a bit of Judas. There was. They sold Elvis out for money. I'm sorry. I'm not going to defend what they did. No way. They should not have done it. The book Elvis, What Happened, should never have been done. I will never defend it. Yeah, Thanks, Frederick. Yeah, yes, he was a traitor. He definitely was, and he spent the rest of his life, um, I think, regretting it. It's sad, really, isn't it? Because I think Red would have took a bullet for Elvis. They screwed him over. I think Red would have took a bullet for Elvis, and that's what makes it so sad because they were so close. Don't forget, Red was right there at the start. You know, they would Elvis and Red would drive all night, driving to different gigs in the mid 50s. You know, Red was right at the beginning. We've seen the videos. I'm not going to defend him. I'm just going to say I know Elvis loved him. Um, this is true that he didn't apologize while he was alive. I am not a defender of what happened. I am a loyal to my friends and would never do that. Yeah, thanks, Sean. Well said, Sean. None of us would do it to our friends. Well said, Sean. I would never treat my friend like that. I always bring up my friend Nick. Actions speak louder than words. It's true. My friend Nick, who's up in heaven. Yeah. I love Nick. Me and Nick were the same age. Red's family, he turned on. Yeah. Me and Nick were the same age. I know lots of stuff about Nick. Me and Nick were very close. Yeah. I would never share his secrets. I genuinely like the man a lot. I'm not here to tell anyone how they should feel. Yeah. Yeah. What the thing is, Red was likable. Well, before I became a defender of Elvis, yeah, it's only 22 months ago, I liked Red. Red was my favorite bodyguard. Honestly, before I became a defender of Elvis, running this channel with Team Elvis, Red was my favorite bodyguard. It's only when you start looking into things, then you see it differently. Um, sorry, Frederick, that's too long. I need short comments, mate. Anita, I missed that comment. Sorry. Do Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't, if we're going to break it down, is there a long list of Red trashing Elvis? I don't think so. Don't forget the betrayal of Elvis from Red West happened at the end, didn't it? I'm not going to ignore the loyalty of Red. Red for many years was very loyal, yeah, for decades, but he ruined it. Yeah, he had a temper, but come on, he was a bodyguard. He was a bodyguard. Come on, he was known for fighting, even at Humes, wasn't he? When he stood up for Elvis, he was known. He was known for fighting and being a tough guy, wasn't he? So was Sonny. Sonny was known as a tough guy as well, wasn't he? Yeah, I've heard this, that he was influenced. Ah, Donna's lovely, Mary. He was tough. Red wasn't scared of anyone. Come on, they had how many they met in the mid 50s, didn't they? When did they meet? 54, 53? They met in the mid 50s. Everything was fine for 20 years. They ruined it after 20 years. So you can't ignore the loyalty through the 50s and 60s and early 70s. Yeah, we have to be fair. Red was tougher than Sonny. Red was a legit tough guy. I saw the first. Yeah, you saw it firsthand. Yeah, yeah, I've heard that as well. I I bet Red wasn't too proud to turn on Elvis. Definitely not Chicky Blue. There was too macho for Elvis. That's why he preferred females company. No, well, I would say Elvis liked being around the guys as well. Yeah, I think Elvis liked both. From what I've read, he liked a bit of both. A tough guy you don't want to make angry. Yeah, come on. He must have protected and defended Elvis many times. Red, in the early years. Yeah, everybody was trying to get to Elvis. Yeah, so they did a good job when they were getting on well. Red and Sonny did a good job. You know, I'm not so sure about Lamar Fike and Marty Lacker. When I read the things that Lamar Fike and Marty Lacker said, it's bloody horrible. DH. Red building a relationship with Dave Hebler was a bad decision. Dave was poison pill in the Memphis Mafia. I've heard that many times. I'm not keen on Dave. I've watched all of Dave Hebler's interviews. I don't like what he says. I don't like the way he points the finger at other people. He never takes responsibility. He never says sorry. Dave Hebler comes across very arrogant. I think he's still quite angry and still quite bitter. He's hard to talk to. You can't disagree with Dave Hebler. Even when he did his little interview at the dojo, I didn't like the way he came across. There's some other interviews with Dave Hebler. I don't like them. Louis, trust you, Billy Smith and Danny Smith, their stories. Yup. Anita, I can't forgive the Memphis Mafia. I'm never going to hate these people. I can't do it that way. We just be factual. We do our research. We give our side of the argument, and we just do it like that. It's never anger or hate. We just stand up for Elvis. Yeah, stand up for Lisa Marie because a lot of this stuff went on in front of Lisa Marie, didn't it? He's definitely Dickie Blue. He's definitely not loyal. Yeah, forgiving's the wrong word for me. With me, when we discuss the book Elvis, what happened? Because don't forget, I've got the book. I've read it. Yeah, there's many good things in that book. Please understand that the book Elvis, what happened? Most of it is positive stories. There's small parts of it that trash Elvis. This is what is sad. If they had left out, if they had left out the trashy bits, it would have been a good book. Have any of you here read that book? It's actually free on YouTube. Go on YouTube. There's a free audio version of it. The good bits are nice. They're interesting. It's the bad bits that. Well, it is. The weird thing is, it's not all trash. But Anita, it's free on YouTube. Anita, go and listen to it on YouTube. You'll be surprised how much of it is just good stuff. That's what makes it so sad. I'm not defending the book. I'm just trying to say, yeah, he's got Jeffrey. He's definitely full of attitude. Well, Dave Hebler will say that he tried to speak to Elvis, but Elvis didn't want to speak to him. Yeah, it's all free on YouTube. Most of the books now are free on YouTube. Even Priscilla's book, even Lisa's book, it's all free on YouTube. From here to the great unknown, it's all there. I quite enjoy listening to Lisa's book, but it is quite upsetting as well. Lisa's book has got some very sad parts in it. Yeah, quite upsetting. Yeah. So, yeah, there is. Yeah, midship. Beep. Yay, defending Elvis. We've only had one. That's not fair. No, but no, Sarge, the reason we listen to Priscilla's book is so we can get information to defend Elvis. When I listen to Softly as I Leave You, I learn different things where I can expose her. That book is so easy to rip apart and expose Priscilla. Look, even Billy and Joe and Danny, I don't hate them. I don't hate them. I'm just disappointed. I think Danny Smith makes a fool of himself. Yeah. He's got such a bad temper, hasn't he? But I don't hate him. Not at all. Like Mr. T said from the A Team, I pity the fool. I pity the fool. He hates me though. Yeah, of course you can see Ella. She's tired. She's tired. Oh, but but we're walking very slow, guys, so I wouldn't be too worried. We're walking at a snail pace. I've heard good things about Alstrada. I noticed Mindy Miller was with him. Mindy Miller knows him well, doesn't she? Donna used to be friends with him. I think they've sort of I think, I'm guessing a bit now. I think they haven't seen each other for a little while. But Donna knew Alstrada quite well. I've never heard a bad thing about Alstrada. Not ever. Yep, I know Mindy loves him. She told me, when Mindy phoned me up, she was talking to me about Alstrada, saying how nice he was. You're friends with Dean, talked to him a few weeks ago. Yeah. So that's Dr. Nick's son. Rick, I missed that. You're going to have to rewrite that, mate. Keep them short. Yep. We're doing good, guys. We're at 62 minutes, so we're going to hit 6-7 before we get back. We've done. I reckon we've done nearly 3 miles. Are any of you tired? Louis, there's a web page I saw yesterday that does really detailed. Oh, I only caught one bit of that. Mindy Miller was at Westgate and don't like David. Did you say she doesn't like David? Yeah, I know she was at Westgate. The Alan Fortis was a good influence. Is that? But the thing about I love Mindy, but she's in the clicky club. Do you know what the clicky club means? And I want to say this respectfully because I like Mindy, yeah. But there's a certain club that go around the different circuit and do shows because they knew Elvis, and I call that the clicky club. So they don't really defend. Does that make sense? I don't mean that as an insult. I really like Mindy. She's lovely. But if you're in the clicky club, you can't speak up. Do you understand that, guys? If you're, if you're trying, people got to pay the bills. People have bills to pay, so they're part of the circuit of making money because they knew Elvis, which I understand. And I do believe if you're speaking positively about Elvis, it's fine. Mindy always speaks beautifully of Elvis. Yeah. So some of these people that are in the clicky club, they can't defend Elvis because they'll lose bookings. These promoters, well, Donna, she definitely is not in the clicky club. Donna is very much, how can I've had this conversation with Donna. She's definitely not in the clicky club. She's had, I can only say so much, but because it's a private conversation, but she will not be in the clicky club. Yeah. But some of them are. And the ones that are in the clicky club will not defend Elvis. And that includes Linda Thompson. I don't mind if people make money if they speak well of Elvis. It's like the reason I was so upset with Linda Thompson speaking about the smoking pot at Westgate is because there was no need for it. Linda Thompson did not have to bring it up at Westgate that Elvis smoked pot for his glaucoma. She just didn't have to bring it up. we don't even know if it's true. So that's the clicky club, that you're scared to lose bookings, so you don't defend Elvis because you don't want to fall out with the promoters. I repeat, being in the clicky club, you don't want to lose bookings, so you don't defend Elvis. You won't speak against Priscilla, the Stanleys, because you don't want to lose bookings. That's the clicky club. And you can't defend Elvis because you're worried about losing bookings. Donna doesn't care. Donna's attitude is, I'm going to speak about whatever I want. I'm going to defend my family, whether you like it or not. That's how Donna is. Guys, we're nearly at 6-7. So we have a minute. We have a minute till we get to 6-7. La ba ba. So anyway, so we understand the clicky club. Linda Thompson's in the clicky club. I will say this about Mindy, though. I have never heard her say anything negative about Elvis. It's true, Chicky Blue. I'll be straight with you. I've never heard Mindy Miller, since I've known her, speak negatively about Elvis. She always is very positive about Elvis. She speaks about him in a beautiful way. She doesn't just speak about him as a Christian man. She speaks about his spirituality and his beliefs, the different books that he loved, the different things that he studied, and his personality, what he was like to be with. Elvis was definitely not just interested in bonking women. I would say that was the last thing. I would say in the mid 70s, around the mid 70s, Elvis was, I would say, was more interested in searching, learning, understanding the meaning of life, understanding his passion, why he had his gift, the gift that God gave him, and obviously talking about his Christian beliefs. And he was searching. He wanted to understand his purpose. He definitely wanted to understand all the different religions. So the Elvis that Mindy Miller met was a very deep person, a very intelligent person. Obviously, he was into numerology and many other things as well. Yeah. And if you speak to Manny knows a whole different side of Elvis, concerning his spiritual beliefs. I'm trying to, who can you tell me is it Diamata? Is that what it is? I'm trying to remember when Elvis would go to the Hollywood Hills and meditate in, was it Diamata? Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was Diamata. You tell me, guys, where Elvis had met someone like a spiritual leader in the Hollywood Hills, and Elvis would go there and recluse and meditate. Yeah. So Elvis Blue defending the Kings into all that. And I did used to have a spiritual side to me. I did. About 10 years ago, I sort of got into it for a while. Your true inner self, that kind of stuff. But, I'm a Christian man, Elvis was smart, guys, I tell you. Right, 6, 7, 5. Oh, no, we passed it. Oh, no. We're on 6, 9 minutes. 6, 7, we missed you. Okay. Yeah, Sarge, we missed it. 6, 7. We can do 7-0. Self-realization Lake Shrine is where Elvis went to meditate. That's it. That's it. Thanks, Sean. Yep. Ta-da. I'm still learning. I ain't no expert. I'm just an Elvis fan. I know nothing. You are teaching me. Ella's still going along. She's still plodding along. Happily jogging along. Okay, guys, we're sort of nearly home now. So that, do you know, that went quick. We've been talking for an hour and 10 minutes. We've done 2 walks, so over 3 miles. I don't feel tired, but I need to go back because my wife will tell me off. My wife, I always cook the dinner on Saturday. Yes, I heard that. The meditation idea came from that. Yes. I actually have done a few videos on it, on the diamata and all that stuff. We've been lucky, no rain. The birds are singing. I don't know if you can hear the birds singing. Beautiful. Nice bit of exercise, guys. That's it. Dalai. Oh, no, not the Dalai Lama. No, not the Dalai Lama. I'm talking about oh, come on. Someone tell me the name of the woman in the Hollywood Hills that Elvis would visit. That Elvis would visit. He took Priscilla a few times. Come on, someone tell me her name. And then she had a leader who had died. She was quite beautiful as well. Elvis was very close to her, really trusted her. Come on, one of you say it, guys. You must know where he would go and meditate. Do, do, do. Right, we're nearly home. She was a mystic of, yes, I just want to know what her name is. I've forgotten her name. I'm sure it's Diamata. See, Elvis Blue, he'd know. Yeah. Manny, our friend in Sydney, he'd know. I know because I've done a couple of videos on it, but I've just forgotten. Do. Come on, quickly Google. No, it wasn't Lana Turnbow. Come on, someone quickly Google it. Just put the Hollywood Hills Elvis would meditate and it'll come up. Ask ChatGPT. That'll tell us. It's actually really interesting. I did about 5 videos on it, but it was over a year ago, like 15 months ago. Yep, but I'm too tired to talk about Scientology. Yeah, Sarge, come on, just quickly Google it. It'll come up. There we are. Sri Dayamata. That's the one. Yeah, Sean just got it. Sean just got it. Thank you. Sean got it. Sri Dayamata. That's it. That's the one. And she was in the Hollywood Hills. She had a retreat in the Hollywood Hills. A beautiful retreat, guys. Elvis loved to go there. I'm pretty sure he took Priscilla there. Sri Dayamata. That's it. It's quite an interesting topic, guys. Look it up. See, that side of Elvis, a lot of people don't know about it. Ella's still going strong. Okay, guys, so tomorrow I want to start looking at these. Let's have a look. Her real name was Richa, changed her name to Sri Diamata, and they spent time with her and Lana. I don't know about Lana. But I know that she had a leader, didn't she? Sri Diamata had a leader who died, another woman. Yeah. A much older woman. So once she died, once the older woman died, Sri Diamata took over. Yeah. There are pictures of Elvis with her. And there's some books about it as well. Yeah, Sarge, we'll do a video on it one day. So, I mean, my plan tomorrow is I want to start discussing these Priscilla things. Her name, have a look. I want to go, the child bride stuff, the Priscilla waving Elvis off in Germany. I I want to discuss that. The Child Bride book. I've posted loads of stuff on Facebook, so I want to start reading that off. I don't really have to do any more on the Stanleys anymore. I did everything that I wanted to do. I spent, today and yesterday. And don't forget the Miss Sam stuff as well. I've said enough that I want to say about the Stanleys for now, and we'll just see what comes up. But if anything is said by a Stanley that I'm not happy with, I'm going to defend Elvis. Anything said about Elvis that is not good for his reputation, I'm going to defend him by whoever, by a YouTube channel, by anyone. Being family doesn't give you a green light to trash Elvis. I repeat, being a friend or a family member of Elvis does not give you the right to trash Elvis. Look, someone's chopped down a load of trees. They were here. Last time I looked, they were here. That's the entrance of my road where I live. All right, we're walking up the road now, guys. My wife always expects me to cook on Saturdays. I've got a pizza. I've got the kids' chicken strips for Yasmin. Tino wanted noodles. I'm gonna have curry, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna have it now. I might have steak instead. I don't really feel like a curry. Do I look like one? So I'm cooking. As soon as I get home, the first thing my wife's gonna say is, "Are you cooking now? Are you cooking now?" Elvis gave my dad the book, The Prophet, and my sister still has it. Wow. So I tell you, Sean at Sundowners, he, if you want to learn about Elvis, speak to Sean. Sean is the expert. I'm just a fan. I'm clueless. As I've been told by a family member, I have no idea what I'm talking about. Hey, I know nothing. So yeah, I've got steak and lamb, but I do have a chicken and king prawn curry. Jalfrezi. Chicken and king prawn, jalfrezi curry. It's whether or not I'm gonna have the curry or the steak and lamb. Haven't decided. Hello. How you going, right? At least it's not raining. It will do in a minute. I don't feel like a curry, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. My son's home. My son, he needs to wash his car, doesn't he? Ah, that's my 17-year-old son. All right. You know your friends are all drawing on the back of your car. Yeah, they wrote some rude words on there. They're writing rude words on my son's car. Look at him. Ella loves Rio. Oh, thanks, Sean. Sean, I'll be there tomorrow. First thing in the morning. Oh, I'd love that. Sean, I would love that. Okay, right, we're home, guys. So I'm gonna go in and cook for the wife, keep her happy. So thanks for walking with me for 79 minutes. 7-9. Thanks for walking for me. We've done over 3 miles. Well over. Take care, guys. Love you. And Ella loved it. Team Elvis, you rock.